Welcome back to the Reptiles With Podcast. I have good news and bad news.
Bad news?
The bad news is your last show.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, and why is it your last show, dude?
Because I got a new job.
Oh my god.
Working again. Well, I've been working, but now my weekends will be half occupied, most likely.
Yeah.
So.
How are you feeling though? Like, first, everybody in the chat, congratulate Eric on his new job. So, talk to me about
good.
this. Yeah.
Feel good. I've been looking to get some sort of job like this for a long time.
Yeah.
About a year ago, I was pretty much set on taking a job, on taking this job, and stuff happened and I wasn't able to. So I've kind of been on like I don't want to say stagnant situation, but I was in a spot where I was still getting good experience. It just wasn't.
Things were working itself out.
Things were working itself out, but it wasn't something sustainable. And then I just took advantage of a good opportunity. So I'm very hopeful, very eager to get my hands into it, just because it's been a while and they need the coverage, you know. So they're very willing to take me in. So I'm excited for it.
Can I give people some information on like your journey with how things like?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm not.
Stop me if I go too far.
Okay.
Okay. So I meet Eric at our mutual place of employment.
Yes.
Okay.
Ye old first job.
Ye old first job. During that ye old first job, Eric had wanted to leave said job to pursue a specific career path for a long time. And in a sense, maybe you overstayed your employment because you had been kind of like in and out for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I overstayed it. It was more so I needed to develop the will inside to make the steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
And that's what I developed over there.
Yeah, and the specific job that you wanted is where you are ending up right now.
Yes.
Okay, but so everything ended up happening with me without saying too much. Eric played the part of the martyr and he left said job, got a new job at Oakland Nature Preserve.
Great place, wonderful people.
Yes, it's a place where we
Can't say nothing bad.
Yeah, we recorded a couple episodes there. Beautiful nature preserve.
Yeah.
Talk about your experience there.
No, it's a little spot. If you guys are in the Orlando or Central Florida area, I definitely recommend giving it a visit. It's like a little tiny. It's really weird. You wouldn't expect a whole ass nature preserve to be put there because it's kind of in the middle of a neighborhood. It's a very, very nice, peaceful spot. If you got family, if you got, little events, it's a perfect spot to hang out in.
It started to scratch the itch of the goal that you were trying to do.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my entire plan going into that job. The experience that I had with the first job was right up in the alley where what they needed. So I kind of used my skills there to kind of help them out with stuff there. So.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. The skills and the stuff that I learned at Oakland are helping me a ton at this new job.
So something else that you used to tell us at our mutual place of employment was that you're not just into reptiles.
Yeah.
You have a special interest.
Yeah, and what's funny is that I kind of lost. I forgot that that's something that I wanted to do for a while because I got very comfortable with what we were doing at the old job.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second, wait. I like everything else.
Yeah.
I don't want to get stuck and be like a one-trick pony. But what's funny about that is that with this new job, I'm kind of like, wait a second, do I really want to do this? Because now I'm straight up doing something completely different than what I'm used to. Not that I'm not open to doing it. I'm game. I'm ready to go and do it.
Yeah.
It's just the jitters of starting something new completely. So,
Yeah.
It's really fun, really cool.
Yeah.
I wish I could say more. I don't know how much I can say.
Yeah, because
at least of right now.
I mean, as of right now, you haven't started your first day.
Yeah.
As of recording this episode.
Next week I'll be doing the first day.
So now we're allowed to say where you're going. I'm assuming.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, so he's working with
Florida.
Yeah, he's at Wild Florida. Mm-hmm. We've spoken about Wild Florida a lot because Chuck also works at Wild Florida. However, you will not be working with Chuck.
No, be in Safari. So I'll be working with Chuck adjacent.
Chuck adjacent.
I'll probably be able to say hi to him in the mornings from far away, but I'm just gonna be working with the big hoofed animals that are very impressive.
Can you talk about some of the animals that you're really excited about working with?
So the eland is insane. You know what an eland is?
No, what's an eland?
World's biggest antelope. So imagine just a huge antelope with a huge hump back and cool horns that spiral.
Yeah.
They got bongos. Bongos are really sick. You know what a bongo is?
No.
Really cool. The thing is, me explaining all the antelope, it's going to sound the same, just with different patterns and stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
But they are pretty sick.
Okay.
Big ass animal, big horns, stripes.
Yeah, I'll put photos up and shit
really pretty
for the
pattern. They have a lot of black buck, which is small antelope. Really cool horns. The females have a different color coat or color and pattern than everybody else, than the males do. What else do they have? They have really cool. They have longhorn and Watusi, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They have oryx. They have ostriches. It's just really cool, big animals that are impressive. That's all I can really say. I'm excited to get my hands in there, or not my hands, my body in there, just because there's not a whole lot of stuff I can do with my hands, more so.
And what do they do at the safari?
So it's a drive-through safari.
Yep.
So you go through the gates, you can take your own vehicle in there, watch all the stuff happen. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be a general, like a keeper, taking care of the animals, feeding, observing stuff. They were telling me one of the things they were telling me when I had my working interviews, that they're going to do like fecal stuff. So I'm going to be doing a lot of what I do at my current job or my previous job, just at a bigger, like physically and I guess metaphorically bigger scale.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. They were talking to me about you're not really playing police, but you do have to kind of, make sure that the visitors and stuff are following the rules, because being a drive-through safari where you take your own car, sometimes people like to test the boundaries a little bit. Like they'll get out of the car, they'll have their windows down and let an animal eat through the window.
That's
which
a big
is never a good idea.
I've seen many a TikTok of people feeding something through their window and then the animal kind of losing its shit.
It's really funny because that's something that I've always had in mind, but I guess people who aren't necessarily aware of the animals don't really think about.
Yeah.
It's regular for people to have certain opinions that, or certain ideas that if you go up close to a crocodilian, that's a dangerous animal.
Yes.
You know to stay away from that, right?
Yeah.
Although that's not always the case.
Yeah.
But people know, they already have that kind of peace of mind that like, oh yeah, the crocs are going to do something to me.
Yeah.
But they'll go ahead and turn around to, let's say, a camel or something like that, and which can equally do as much damage, sometimes even worse because of how close people get.
Yeah.
That animal can easily do the same damage, not the same physical damage, but that animal can still hurt you, if not a little more, very quickly. But they'll turn around and try to feed it with their hands and stuff like that. So it's amazing what fur can do to something. In terms of making it look nicer or not, because these are still wild animals. Are they somewhat socialized so they can be able to be in the situations they're in? Yes, but you got to have some respect for these animals. Whether it's like a regular cow or a crocodilian. I mean, have respect. Give them their space because they're still bigger animals. If they get scared, to them, if for example, to another croc or another camel or whatever, if I get scared, I'm gonna push you, right?
Yeah.
To another camel or croc or whatever, the push is gonna be a push. But if that's an animal, if
it's a human,
you replace it with a human. That little push
is like a
broken back. Your legs are broken. You got to get carried out with a helicopter. Like it's insane. So I'm just excited to get going. I've had such a last few weeks for me have been so stressful and so like anxiety inducing because of everything that's been happening in my life. That now that things
you're good.
I hate being sick.
Yeah, he's a sick boy.
I hate being sick.
He's always sick at these shows.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Things are finally starting to ease in to the new chapter. So I'm excited to get going.
Yeah, I'm super excited for you, man. I'm really proud of your journey because this whole journey has been a journey of self-doubt, and you are literally in the place that little Eric would have loved to have been.
Oh, little Eric would be going insane.
Yeah.
He would be going insane just seeing me behind a Repticon table, but now knowing the things that I know now about reptiles and not reptile shows, but like
just like industry
the
stuff.
things that I didn't think I'd see myself doing. Because when I was little, not to say that this isn't a good spot to be, but it's like knowing how I've been doing this for about 4 years now. So it's like it's not as big of an accomplishment as it would be to do the stuff that I'd probably do at Wild Florida. So Regardless,
'cause now
everything that's happened,
it's
cool.
yeah, and yeah, you've been pushed a lot outside of your comfort zone. We always tell you that you gotta put your phone down, be present, just try the opportunity, be in the moment, seize the day, as lame as that sound, and like now you're gonna be a zookeeper, dude. Like that's like the pinnacle of what a lot of people's dreams is. And that's not something that you should take for granted.
Yeah, it's funny because it's one thing me thinking about all the stuff that's happened in the last 5 years now with you guys, but seeing everybody else kind of see the improvement.
Yeah.
I've always been told to not worry about what other people think about you, but having the confirmation that people are seeing growth, it's like, okay, I must be doing something right.
Yeah, because I think that you can, when people say don't pay attention to what other people are like saying about you, it's usually from a negative place. Even though something that sounds good can come from a negative place, but what matters is that when the people around you that you take inspiration from or you take something from, when they are looking at you and they're like, damn, dude, like they're proud of you, and you can understand where that is coming from, a good place in their heart, that's when you can listen to people. Because that is like, oh no, like that's like sincere, that like they understand the person that I am and they want to see me succeed in the things that they know that I want to succeed in. So that's where that really is.
It's a good feeling.
Good, man.
It's a good feeling.
I'm really proud of you, dude.
Thanks.
So for the people that have the crazy dream, that want that to happen for them, whether it's within, whether it's in animals in general or reptile specific zookeeping, what do you have to say to those people now that you've experienced fucking miles of self-doubt? You've experienced the complete opposition, that things were happening for other people that weren't happening for you, in a position that maybe you should have been more quote-unquote deserving, but now it's finally happening to you. What do you have to say to those people?
I'd say, number one, definitely keep your humility.
Yeah.
Because something that I definitely think really helped me develop as a person is being able to shut up and observe and just not go overboard with stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works to a detriment, but I've definitely learned a lot that way. And when it comes to like working, the thing is, at least if your dream is working with animals, just know it's a huge hit when it comes to comfortable living.
Of course.
It's not comfortable. I've always been in a position, this is something that a lot of animal people can attest to, but I've always been in a position where I have support, when it comes to, living situation, when it comes to family and friends and all that stuff. I've always had support, so I've kind of had that leeway to follow the stuff that I want to do. What comes with that sometimes is a lot of, not backlash, but a lot of reluctant support, at least in my case. And that's something that I've started to realize that not many people that's why a lot of people get out of it, because they don't have the support, because, the animal industry is not something that pays very well. You do sacrifice a lot of that financial situation to do something that you love, to do something that is much more fulfilling within your mind and soul. And then some people that might weigh more than others. Yeah. Because I could easily drop everything and go to let's say trade school or something, get something done within a year and make bank, but I'm going home and wanting to, do nothing,
Yeah.
Which,
you're tired, you're dead.
I'm probably still going to be tired and dead at the end of the day's work, but at least I can look back and that was pretty sick what I did today.
Yeah.
So you got to take what you will out of it. Are you going to enjoy your job a little more, a little less pay? As long as you're able to make it work out, it might be worth it, but...
Yeah, and that's not to say that doing the work with the animals is a dead end, more than it is understanding that it first should and needs to come from a place of passion, because it's a labor of love. But you can definitely make a severe living out of it if you include it in pretty much all facets of your life.
Yeah, and at that point, it's like you got to keep up with it, and the moment you slow down, that's when people start having problems. So take that.
If you're going to stay stuck and only doing the thing that you know that is just a passion project, then things are probably going to be financially a little bit difficult. But if you take that and you involve yourself within that community, involve yourself within the the industry and do little things on the side. You got your carpet pythons. You might have something growing on your social media. We got this podcast, something like that. And then all of a sudden, all these things start adding up. Really. Yeah. Well, now the hot seat question is what comes next. Are you leaving the podcast because of your new employment?
I don't think so. I hope not.
Well, he's not leaving, but you are fired.
From the podcast?
Yeah, you're fired right now, dude.
Shit.
It was nice knowing him. All right.
It's been real. It's been real.
No, you're not fired. But
fuck.
You can't collect your unemployment.
Damn.
No, dude, but we're excited for you. And I will say that probably the best way to support Eric right now in his time of change is by becoming a member. Head on over to modernreptileshop.com, check out the merch, the Reptiles with Coffee, become a member on YouTube. It's probably the best way to support the podcast.
Buy my geckos. That's another good way to support the podcast.
Yes, you can also hit him up at Reptiverse and check out his availability of miscellaneous geckos. He's got day geckos, he's got cave geckos, he's got striped mud turtle babies, and all that jazz.
I guess they're miscellaneous. I have a really weird lineup.
Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about some of the animals that you have?
Sure. I mean, I got day geckos and cave geckos.
Yeah.
Yin and yang. I got the ones that come out at night and the ones that come out during the day.
Yeah.
Total opposites. At least that's what I've been telling people today.
Yeah.
It seems to be a good icebreaker.
Yeah, a little bit for the conversation.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm just sad that I lost out a sale over a Pac-Man frog.
Yeah.
That made me sad. But hey, to each their own.
So, Eric was giving this whole spiel to a family that they said that they lost their leopard gecko.
No, they still had it, I think.
I thought it died.
No, I think they still had it.
I heard that this fucking animal died, dude.
Oh, maybe they did.
The animal was RIP'd for sure in the story. They were looking for something.
They had a gecko-shaped place in their heart, and they filled it with a Pac-Man frog.
Yeah, they were looking for something, and
I lost.
Eric was giving this whole thing. We're like, dude, that Pac-Man frog, super lame. Don't get it. Pac-Man frogs are the words. These are words that he actually said. He's like, Pac-Man frogs are the bane of all of our existence. They're the worst thing in the world. That's what you said. This is confirmed what he said.
Maybe. It's hearsay for now. It's all happening
and
coming out of your mouth.
And he's like, you have no choice but to buy this cave gecko or I will hunt down you and your family. Those were your words?
Perhaps they were.
Yeah.
You know,
no.
Maybe I could work on my salesman skills.
Yeah, but no, he was just like, the cave geckos are going to... Was it the cave or the day gecko that they were interested in? I think it was the cave gecko. That they were like, well, this is a nicer animal to have in the enclosure, and it's easier to care for because of its requirements. The Pac-Man frog is going to sit there and do nothing. He did the whole thing, and he got from under him.
I got hit with the, do y'all have a business card?
Yeah.
And I saw them walking around with the deli cups from somebody else's table. So,
yeah.
You know.
Speaking of the show, did you see anything walking around that sparked your interest?
I saw a really big pink belly. That was pretty cool. And the lady that had that big pink belly ended up taking home the pink belly that I had. So cool.
About a male.
So she's got a pair.
Very cool.
I got 0 pink belly, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
What else did I see today? Oh yeah, Tyler's got some really cool frogs. I don't know if I talked about it last time, but he has Mexican leaf frogs.
Okay.
I like them a lot. If I'm not mistaken, they're supposed to be in the same family as like the big waxy monkey frogs. I could be wrong on that, but they are the same style. I don't know. I just think they're cool.
Yeah. I saw an exotic bull snake. I thought I like bull snakes and stuff, so that was cool.
Yeah.
The 100 Flowers rat.
Oh yeah.
In memory of Tino.
Yes, in memory of Tino, there is a 100 flower rat snake, Germany imported. So it's something.
That is quite the interest.
It was pretty cool. I was looking at it from across the tape because it's right down there. I thought it was an emerald tree boa for a little bit.
You know what I have seen a lot at this show?
What?
A lot of dogs.
Really?
A lot. People are bringing their dogs to the show like very often. How do you feel about that?
It depends on how people bring their dog. If it's like a vendor that has it like behind their booth and they're just chilling out with it, more power to you. I just can't stand when people don't know how to act with their dogs in public.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I've never really seen people with bad dog etiquette at a show, because half the time they're service dogs or they're behind someone's booth.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
All right. Cool.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I love dogs, so it's cool to see them, but
Sometimes people have cool breeds.
Yeah.
Like there's always somebody walking around with like a hairless dog or like
a really cool Boston Terrier, the cutest dog ever.
Where is he? You haven't even brought him to a show, have you?
He's taking care of his mom right now, dude. His mom is super sick, and he needs to be the guard dog that he knows that he's not.
All right. I mean, more power to him. He can guard people.
He can pretend.
He can pretend to guard
He's
people.
a huge pussy. My dog is a huge pussy. Anyways, before we continue, this episode is brought to you by Repticon Reptile Shows. Make sure you check out a Repticon near you. We're hanging out at the Repticon in Orlando. We've had a great weekend celebrating Eric's last show for now, just because, you know, his life is going to change a bit.
I just can't travel anymore.
Yeah, he can't do the long distance. But last Reptile show, he will continue to be on the podcast. He's not leaving for now.
Dude, can you believe we're getting sponsored by the biggest reptile company yet?
I can't. We just gotta tell Yoshi, see what he thinks.
All right, Yoshi.
Oh my God, this is not what it looks like.
This video is sponsored by Morph Market, the world's largest marketplace for reptiles, amphibians, and even arachnids. Buy directly from verified sellers. Whether you're a first-time keeper or a hobbyist, Morph Market connects you with the best in the hobby.
I use it for shipping.
Always use Morph Market for your next reptile. Let's keep on going.
All right, we all know reptiles need bugs. And what better place to look for your bugs than online, not just any place, at dubia.com. Because on there, not only can you find dubia roaches, you can find hornworms, you can find mealworms, and Discord roaches for your Florida folks. And while you're at it, you can go and scrolling through on their website. They also sell really awesome front open enclosures, super easy to build. So this is a nice example of one of their 4x2s, and I'm currently working on saving up to get some of their 4x4s, so these little carpet pythons can get nice and big and look awesome.
The next thing I want to show you is this. I'm going to show you the video, and then we'll talk about it.
Is that a store?
So check this out. This, look at it. There's a guy dressed as a frog or a gecko or something. It's the Gecko Gallery. Look at this. Meet the founders. The Gecko Gallery is in New York. It's the Gecko King with Gecko Gambit. So what it looks like is it's a store. It's not a store. Let me try to.
It's a gallery.
It is a gallery in New York. Let me pause right here in the video. Okay. So it says here, the Gecko Gallery, New York City, is owned by Richie Latch, owner of the Gecko King, and Joseph Mijarov, owner of the Gecko Gambit. Their shared experience of commitment to preserving reptiles. It was a partnership rooted in science, sustainability, and education. Sorry, this is where it gets a little bit fuzzy. I can't read exactly what it says. Richie holds a biology degree and has been fascinated with by the incredible diversity of the reptile world. Over the years, he has worked with more than 100 species of gecko and other reptiles, focusing on rare and underrepresented species. Joseph, who has pursued biology academically, has a deep-rooted passion for sustainability and specialization in the long-term management of some of the world's most elusive and fragile reptiles. Together, Richie and Joseph combined their expertise to establish the Gecko Gallery, not only as a showcase for rare and fascinating reptiles, but as a working conservation effort. So on their page, it says here, the Gecko Gallery is the largest public display of reptile and endangered geckos in New York City. So that's what it looks like. It looks like kind of like not really I guess it's kind of zoo-ish.
It's a gallery.
It's a gallery.
They got the animals on display, but nothing's really...
So I'm going to show Eric here. So instead of selling animals, they have like little toys and stuff like that.
It's like a mini museum.
Yeah,
cool.
Isn't that fucking cool, man? That's a new twist on this thing. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing, I don't know how it works either, but maybe Clint's reptile room will probably be similar.
But does Clint have... But his place, isn't it huge?
It is bigger, yeah.
It's like zoo-ish, no? Or is this just like a junior version of it?
Same concept, just a smaller room, it looks like to me. But I don't... I don't have the best knowledge of what Clint's up to with that. But
Okay, cool.
that's just the same vibe it gives me.
Yeah.
So.
All right, next thing I want to show you is this.
Oh, I saw that.
I often get asked, what's our largest specimen in the collection? Well, it's right in here. This is a tank that was actually custom built for an oarfish back in 2007. And you're about to see a wide variety of specimens because we share this tank with ichthyology, which is the study of fishes. But our largest specimen in this collection
It's in the freezer.
is
Oh, man.
this gal.
It's a
This
frog.
is an adult female
Wait.
Komodo Dragon. She came to us from the LA Zoo. We were called, because we often get animals from the zoo, and we were called to see if we wanted her. And of course, we said yes because we don't have Komodo dragons in the collection.
They never look big until
we
you
got
see
her,
next to
we
somebody.
preserved her. It took several months to preserve her, the whole process. And then finally, we were fortunate to have this tank available that the archaeology department allowed us to use as well. We would store her here. Jeez. Quite a hefty girl.
Yeah, the first time that I saw this, I did see the frog first, and I was just like, because I didn't look at the page, I didn't know what it is that they did. So I was like, they just have this.
If it wasn't for the thumbnail, I wouldn't have even known that was a Komodo. in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. By the way, that's another job that would probably be super cool to have.
What?
Like some sort of museum behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
That'd be pretty sick.
How do you feel about like that stuff, like wet specimens and?
It's
stuff
cool.
like- yeah.
I think it's really cool. From what I've heard, like in the past and stuff like that, there seems to be a lot of. What's up?
No, keep on.
No, there seems to be a lot of underutilized specimens, some that don't even have names and all that stuff. Because I think that was something that, like back when like the dire wolf stuff was happening, that was something that they would talk about. It's like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of crazy specimens that didn't even have dates or names or nothing. So it's like there might be some like crazy species or some really cool like scientific stuff going on that no one really bats an eye about because of how many things are in storage.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool. It's like the Vatican archives, but like with lizards and
I
stuff.
think that's a good way to put it.
You never know what's in there.
Yeah.
That's something that I want to know. The Vatican. What's in the Vatican? I know it's not animal
Drop it in
related,
the comments. What do you
yeah.
think is in the Vatican archives?
but I want to know.
All right, I'm gonna read this article here, and I promise I'm gonna read it better than what I read like a minute or
Oh
two
man,
ago.
I hope so.
Yeah, all right. Sea reptile
What we got?
discovered in Canada named as new species. After more than 3 decades of debate, researchers have named a
Here we go.
Canada discovered ancient sea reptiles as a distinct new species. The creature, which swam in Earth's ocean around 85 million years ago, has been named Trichascasora sandrae.
Trascasora.
Tricrascanora sandrae.
Trascasora.
Trinascanora.
Oh my god, Yosh, you're giving me anxiety.
The original
reading this
fossil was unearthed in 1988 on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. Despite its large, nearly 39 feet long, the remains were poorly preserved. For years, scientists debated whether the skeleton belonged to a known species or represented something entirely new.
See?
Though additional fossils were undiscovered over time, including the limb bone and skeleton of a juvenile, none were complete enough to solve the mystery until now.
Case in point of what I was talking about. There's specimens that sit there for years.
Yep.
And then somebody looks at them differently. They're like, wait a second. And then boom, you have a whole thing. But fossils are fossils. Sometimes they'll just be proven wrong in a few months with a new discovery. So
Yeah.
only time will tell.
Do you believe in that? Do you
What?
believe in them finding fossils and they're like, oh, this thing was like 85 million years old?
I mean, I don't know how any of that stuff works. What I do know
Are you not
is
a professional archaeologist? I thought you were this
No.
whole time.
archaeologist?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
No, I'm none of them. I
What
have
are
no
you?
ologies. I just know enough about them to be a casual conversationist. But
All right. Ancient footprints from Australia reveal earliest known reptile. So we have here 17 footprints preserved in a slab of sandstone discovered in southeastern Australia, dating to about 355 million years ago.
see, how do we know it was that old?
Yeah, are rewriting the history of the evolution of land vertebrates, showing that reptiles arose much earlier than previously known. The fossilized footprints apparently made on a muddy ancient riverbank, including 2 trackways plus 1 isolated print, all displaying hallmark features of reptile tracks, including overall shape, toe length, and associated claw marks, researchers said. They appear to have been left by a reptile with body dimensions similar to those of a lizard, they said. The footprints reveal that reptiles existed about 35 million years earlier than previously known, showing that evolution of land vertebrates occurred more rapidly than had been thought. Yeah, the Australian footprints were preserved in a sandstone slab measuring about 14 inches across that was found on the banks of the Broken River near the town of Barjarg.
Wait, and this was in Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, that's what the title said.
Sorry.
All right. So, how do you feel about that? You believe it, or you think this is a bunch of...
I'll believe it if they're able to find the VIN number on those footprints and actually verify it. I can't say anything without the Carfax.
Yeah.
But...
No, I think it's super cool.
I think it's cool. I'm not necessarily surprised because the whole thing with paleontology is that we're always finding new things. So
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
All right, I'm going to read another one for you guys. Sorry, we're actually catching up right now on some topics that we didn't get to hit on the last episode. So we're speed running them. New Sea Turtle Hospital at Texas Galveston campus will also be a museum.
Hold on, where's Galveston? Is it close to the
Texas.
beach?
I don't know, dude.
Because that's something I always wondered about aquarium style stuff. Like Atlanta Aquarium. There ain't no beach close to Atlanta
Yeah,
Aquarium.
no, not
Like,
at all,
what the
dude.
fuck?
How do you think how far do you think it is? Like probably like 6 hours away. The closest
Probably.
beach. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo, how do they get so much salt water at these places? And like an aquarium.
Saltwater dealer, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they make it.
Yeah, like Tyler, come over here. If you're gonna talk, you gotta come over here. Talking to Eric's mic real nice and close to him.
Just talk all over my neck.
What am I asking? What am I
You
answering?
gotta talk louder.
What
So
am I
how do
answering?
they get water into an aquarium?
What does that mean?
They just ship it.
Yeah, like all of that water.
I mean, it depends how much water. I assume they make it.
Like the Atlanta Aquarium.
I mean, I'm not sure on that. I assume they make it.
You can make salt water? I don't know how these things
So
work.
you get ROGI water, so
Uh-huh.
just basic water, and you put salt in there.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Because you know all salt in the world
yeah,
comes
that
from the
makes
ocean,
sense.
right?
I didn't even think about that.
You know
yeah.
that?
All salt in the...
Did you know that, Yosh?
All what?
All
Did
salt
you know
in the
that?
world comes from the ocean.
Okay.
So any salt that you eat, it's all the same thing.
Finding the right substrate is a paramount part of reptile keeping. And if you're looking for the best cocoa option, we recommend Cocoa to Go. Cocoa can be used for reptiles, amphibians, and even plants, so they're perfect for any kind of setup. So we make sure to use Cocoa to Go. Let them know that the Reptiles With Podcast sent you. Texas A&M University will construct a new sea turtle rehabilitation hospital at its Galveston campus, and it will be open around 2027 for visitors to meet the turtle ambassadors. The university's systems board of regents voted Thursday to allocate $17 million to build the facility, plus $1.7 million for pre-construction costs. The building will give a permanent home to A&M's Gulf Center for Sea Turtle Research, which is the main rescue, recovery, and rehabilitation operation on the upper and middle Texas Gulf Coast. I think that answers your question. Let me continue here. The Gulf Center launched in 2019, overseeing the CAG. Is that AG? CAG Sea Turtle Patrol Program that monitors and protects the endangered Kemp's Ridley sea turtle.
Ceased.
What?
No, I was just making an acronym. Never
gotcha.
mind.
Damn, good job. As they nest on the coast, Marshall's group expanded next year with a temporary hospital to treat stranded, cold-stunned, and diseased turtles, filling the gap as region's federally permitted lead on sea turtle rescue and recovery after the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration closed its turtle barn in Galveston.
Cool.
Very cool, man. Thank you, university students. Thoughts?
It's a win for the oceans, I guess.
Win for
Not I
oceans.
guess. It is an ocean. It is an ocean
It
win.
is an ocean win.
It's an ocean win.
It is an ocean. Confirmed by Eric Rivera.
Sea turtles are always getting taken care of.
Yeah.
would-
I think they're the reptile with the most sympathy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Or empathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People only care about the sea turtles. Nobody bats an eye at side necks. Nobody cares about side necks.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Straight the fuck up. I rather use, I'm sorry, a plastic straw than a paper straw. Any
You
fucking
saying that
day,
just killed
dude.
5 hawksbill sea turtles.
Oh my god.
I just want you to know that. Just throwing that out there.
How did the plastic straw get into the sea turtle's nose?
Dude, okay, listen.
This
When
doesn't
you're out
make
there in
any
the ocean-
sense to me. Sea turtles, as far as I understand, not addicted to cocaine, not addicted to any
You
other
don't know
snorting
that.
drugs.
The ocean is so big. You're gonna tell me there's not at least one coat mealing fish.
I don't know. This is totally unconfirmed news, but yeah, I'm a plastic straw user.
All right.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do prefer what they're doing now with these lids with holes. But
Listen,
if
man.
I get asked for a straw, bro, I'm plastic strawing it.
But what if they mandate something where there's no more plastic straws? At that point, are you gonna go out there and kill the sea turtles yourself?
No, I will not do
Okay.
that. I will not do that.
Good.
If they
Good,
mandate no plastic straws, I'm just not using straws anymore. Because even like the metal or the whatever they are straws, like those make the liquids taste funny.
Huh.
Anyways,
I'm not a straw enthusiast.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
last article I have here.
What happened in Oregon?
Yes,
Oh,
we're going
God.
to talk about some zoo stuff, and this is going to be a lesson for you, all right? Lions, tigers among 300 animals
No
rescued.
bears?
What?
No bears?
I don't know. It says lions, tigers among
And bears,
300
oh my. Okay,
animals
whatever.
rescued from roadside Oregon Zoo, where cop raid uncovered drugs, guns, and nearly $2 million in cash.
Nice.
All right.
But
The
not
animals
nice.
ranging from big cats to chimpanzees and camels were rescued from West Coast Game Park Safari in Coos County when Oregon State Police and federal agents descended with search warrants following months of abuse allegations. Now, we're looking at a couple of photos. This is a really malnourished lion.
Skinny king lion.
Yeah, and the goat. Recently, inspection reports for the 21-acre park described conditions ranging from malnourishment and contaminated food to improper animal housing. But what officials
Sounds
found...
like something straight out of a Eric Good documentary.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Right up his alley.
Now, let's see what they found in that raid. They found a dead tiger in a freezer. Some lions were undernourished and gaunt. I don't even know what gaunt means, but
Gaunt is like just like skinny,
it's not good.
like just
Yep.
not good, not good.
And then there were food supplies that were riddled in vermin and feces, and chimpanzees were caged alone in situations that PETA likened to keeping a human in solitary confinement. There was at least 44 guns, including machine guns, that were found with 80 grams of methamphetamines and 8 grams of cocaine. This is where the sea turtles are getting it.
I see.
Confirmed.
In the mainland, they're not going to the ocean
Confirmed
for it.
with totally unconfirmed news. Investigators also found $1.6 million worth of cash, bonds, and cashier's checks, according to the county's office. West Coast Games Park owner, 52-year-old Brian Tenney, was arrested Tuesday on suspicion and possession of manufacturing and attempting distribution of methamphetamine. All of the animals, including 15 big cats ranging from lions, tigers, to leopards, to jaguars, to bobcats, and more, have since been rehomed.
All right.
Well, that's your lesson on what not to do as a zookeeper,
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep my drugs and guns and everything else away from my animals.
Allegedly, because he has none of that, right?
Crickets.
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 Well, your new job is probably listening to this, and you're fired now.
Oh, God, no.
How does it feel?
To be fired already?
You were employed at the beginning of the podcast. We talked about your emotional journey about becoming a zookeeper, being super positive, and now you're fired.
Well,
As we're starting to close this thing off, dude.
cue the Green Day. I'll just walk the other direction.
Yeah. Well,
Guess
we're-
that's that, Tyler.
yeah. All right. This was the Reptiles With Podcast.